Let's return to today's biggest entertainment story as tributes from around the world pour in for musician Liam Payne.
For more, we're joined by entertainment editor Peter Ford. Pete, how is he being remembered?
Well, I think most people are still confused as well as shocked by what's happened in the last 24 hours or so. There is a picture of this mercurial person, that's my big word for the day, of somebody, two conflicting images. I mean, the vision that we've seen, the pictures from that hotel room that has clearly been trashed, and yet we're hearing other stories of his great kindness and generosity. We've seen statements, of course, individual statements from Louis and Zayn. We've seen the joint statement from the band. Interestingly, no statement as yet from Simon Cowell himself. But when I talk about these conflicting images about the person, here's a very positive one. In the days leading up to his death, he was spending a lot of time and money putting into GoFundMe pages, specifically in America, for young kids who needed operations. Now, obviously, the medical system, the health system in the UK is quite different to what it is in America. So he wasn't putting money into cases he saw in the UK, specifically America, because he felt they needed that extra help. But he went on Snapchat and actually explained what he was doing. And this is only a few days ago. Have a look.
There are websites out there for you to be able to donate to sick children that need your help. It doesn't matter how small the donation is. I've been going on night by night, trying to finish off people's donations so that they can get the operations that they need. I can't not look at a sick child and then not see Bear. I can't, and I won't. And so when I see one that I can help out with, I'm there. I'm there and I'm ready to go.
Yes, so you can see he was trying to make a difference there, incredible acts of generosity. Now, the filming for Britain's Got Talent has been cancelled for today. Now, that, of course, involves Simon Cowell. Presumably, he felt he just wasn't up to sitting through it. Now, Britain's Got Talent, of course, is in the show where One Direction was formed. That, of course, was the X Factor. And they didn't win it, by the way. A lot of people make that mistake of thinking they won X Factor. They didn't. But, of course, they went on to great international acclaim. Now, I want to show you this particular tweet. Now, this is from a singer called Katie Maysel. Now, she appeared in that same original 2010 class, if you like, of the X Factor, so she got to know Liam through that. Now, she now fronts a campaign called For the Record, which specifically sets out to help people in the music industry who she believes, young people who get chewed up and spat out and left on their own. And the results, as we know, often can be sad, if not tragic. So she's actually calling for a full investigation into Psycho Entertainment. That's Simon Cowell's company. Now, interestingly, Simon still does manage Louis Tomlinson, but not the other members of One Direction. Now, where this will go remains to be seen, but it's an organisation that she's involved with. And it has been involved with before this terrible tragedy, but now she's shining light on it because she clearly sees Liam Payne as somebody who falls into that category.
Yeah, plenty more to come on this, of course, and more tributes. Let's move on. You've got two exciting musical announcements.
Yes, I have. So first off, we've got the Arena Spectacular of Les Mis. Now, this is currently going around the UK, getting rave reviews, and it will be in Australia next year in May. Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane only at this point in time. Some big name stars out of the UK production are coming here, including Michael Ball, Alfie Boe, and Matt Lucas will be here as well. Now, he's playing one of the Thénardiers, that shocking duo who run the hotel or boarding house, and Mrs. Thénardier is going to be played by Marina Pryor, which is, you know, Marina's always great in everything she does, but she normally plays very classy ladies, and of course Mrs. Thénardier is a shocking old witch. So, you know, and she of course was in the original production of Les Mis back in 1987, so she's going into very familiar turf. She was Cosette back then, and now Mrs. Thénardier here for this production. So that's coming here May of next year. It's going to be absolutely gangbusters. And the other one that's been announced today is Dirty Dancing, the musical. Now, they have pretty much already decided on doing an international tour with this, which will include Australia. People will be thinking, oh, I've heard this before. There was another production of Dirty Dancing that actually originated, had its world premiere in Sydney about 20 years ago, went on to become internationally successful. This time around, it's a whole new version, new script. Obviously, those key songs have to be back into the game, and those dance routines have to be back into the game. but it is an entirely new version of Dirty Dancing on stage. So we'll bring you more details when we get them on dates.
Yeah, well, I'll be right across that. I've got a call back on that.
Did
so,
you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll be
bombshell.
across that. I'll have the very latest for you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Pete.
Pete.